Hello, welcome along. This is Adventures in Pop, and today I'm going to be introducing a brand new song of mine. Well, it's newish. A song that I wrote back in July, August of this year, and it's quite fun. I'm not quite sure if it's going to make it onto an album. I'm a bit spoiled for choice, to be honest, and actually, this is a good place to start. One of the things that I've kind of decided to do as we get into 2024 is to kind of speed up my release program. Now, I have threatened to do this a few times before. I've talked about it, but now I've actually kind of put this into action because I've got my next single due on, I think it's the 15th or 16th of January, which will be exactly 4 weeks after My Imaginary Friend came out. So that's been out a little while. If you haven't heard it, by the way, it's ever so good. So then mid-January for the next single, which is going to be called Fall in Love with Me. And then I've also, because I'm just getting myself, kind of as organised as I possibly can do, I've also sorted out the release of the next one after that, which is going to be the seventh track, I believe, off this album, Strange Alien. And that was going to be called You Must Be Laughing. And that's going to be out 3 weeks after the release of the single I've just mentioned. So that's going to be the beginning of February. Don't worry if this is not making a huge amount of sense to you. I'm not here just to give you dates and names of songs, but really just to say, yes, the schedule is going to speed up a little bit, and one of the reasons for that is because I've actually got really quite a lot of songs. I have the luxury of sitting on a load of songs, and although not all of them will see the light of day, what is beginning to slightly worry me is that I might be writing a song, say, if I wrote one next week at the beginning of 2024, the soonest it could appear on an album was looking like it would be 2 years later. And I think 2 years after I've written it, I've moved on. I've lost the kind of the love of that song because so many other songs that have been written in the meantime that it's going to be like going and digging up an archaeological relic and saying, hey, do you like this lovely new thing? So it won't be feeling very new. So I do have to kind of speed up this whole process. So the good news is there'll be songs coming at you thick and fast. The bad news is there'll be songs coming at you thick and fast. So, buckle up, and I hope you really like them. So I'll do lots of sharing, lots of songs, lots of videos, and there'll be plenty to keep us occupied and to chat about and to discuss, their varying rates of success or otherwise as we go through the next year or so. So there we go. That's a fun place to start. Now, obviously, if you're tuning in expecting some stories about fun and frolics of Christmas, I'm sorry, you've come to the wrong place. I'm proud to say we're not going to be discussing Christmas in any shape or form on this. And Christmas is now behind us. We're looking forward to the new year. And I guess this is my New Year's offering to you, a rather sweet song called Fool Again. And the subject, the person who has been the fool again, you won't be surprised to know, my favourite subject is me. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about this song. First of all, this song, I think, was a bit of a coming together of bits of other songs that hadn't really worked, bits of other lyrics that hadn't really worked, and I've pulled them together into a new song that certainly works better. It's interesting because I've actually just done this again a few days ago where I put together quite a nice track. And then I was thinking, now, what am I writing about here? What do I want to say? And as I was feeling just a little bit uninspired, I went back through some of my recent words, particularly for words of songs that I know are not going to be on an album. And I'm allowed to do this, I think. Obviously I'll keep my voice down, but I think I'm allowed to steal my own words from different songs that are not going to go anywhere and sort of cobble together something brand new. And no one will know that they come from different songs if it wasn't for me and my big mouth telling everybody. Okay, so this song is called Fool Again. And the part of it that I started with that I quite liked was a different song which I'd written called Agony Aunt. Now, for those of you who are not kind of familiar with the term agony aunt is traditionally in this country somebody who probably writes for a magazine or a newspaper, and they do the kind of what do they used to call it, the emotional and sexual problems that people have. They write in and say, you know, I think my husband's cheating on me, but I don't have any absolute proof, but he seems to be distant. What do I do? I don't love my husband anymore. I love his brother, or, you know, all those sorts of kind of crazy things that people write to somebody at the magazine, some complete stranger, to sort out their problems. That person is an agony aunt. And I'm not sure whether the term agony aunt is one that is in popular use right around the globe. So I'd written a song called Agony Aunt, and I wrote, Agony Aunt, thought I could but I can't. Thought I would but I won't. Thought I did but I don't. And I quite liked that. I was ready to stop after that, but obviously there's more. That's why I'm writing to you. Please can you tell me what I can do? Because I've been a fool again, blah, blah, blah. Now, so this is basically like a letter being written to an agony aunt of a newspaper or a magazine saying, I've made a complete idiot of myself. I've done lots of really stupid things. Please help me. Which is crazy in a way, isn't it? That some total stranger who's writing an article for a magazine is going to be any good to you is kind of beyond me, really. But, you know, that's what people do. And I think, to the best of their ability, these people write, you know, sensible, cogent answers back. But I think if I really had a big, serious, you know, emotional, sexual, or whatever it is problem, I probably wouldn't tell an agony aunt in a newspaper. I'd probably tell my mates, probably tell my friends. But anyway, let's not get off the subject here. So this song is a catalogue of stupid things that I've done. I thought I could, but I can't, and etc. etc. To the agony aunt, please help me out. And that's basically the song. And I'm going to leave you with this lovely offering of a song, and it's my seasonal gift to you as we headlong into what looks like, certainly musically, it's going to be an interesting year, 2024. And just before I leave you with this and I depart for the last time this year, I think we should all be upstanding for, again, this is a bit of a UK treat, but we should all be upstanding in memory of George Michael, who passed away on Christmas Day a good few years back. Actually, on the Christmas Day that I bought my first keyboard to start putting into practice this whole chain of events that's led to, you know, 5.5 albums and all of this music. It was that Christmas, the day he died, that I started out all of this. I think it was probably, you know, 2017, dare I say. Maybe 2016, 2017. I will check that. And here we are at the end of 2023, and Wham's Last Christmas, that fantastic Christmas song they wrote and was originally a hit in 1984, but it only got to number 2 because of Band Aid. Wham's Last Christmas has finally made it to number 1 in the UK for Christmas. It is the Christmas number 1. And that's really thrilling. It has, I'm sure, sold millions and millions of copies. I think it did straight away in 1984, and it sells more every Christmas. But this year, for some reason, it's right back at number 1. So, well, when I say back at number 1, it is number 1 for the first time, the Christmas number 1. And I'm delighted for George in his absence, and Andrew, who isn't in his absence. I think he's been, appearing on press and in newspapers to celebrate it, and good on him. He deserves it. So thank you, Last Christmas and Wham. That's quite amusing. And I am going to leave you with my last little offering of 2023. I wish you a very, very good New Year's Eve, whatever it is you're going to do. Be sensible-ish. Oh, I don't know why I say that. Just do whatever you like. And I will see you next year. And as I say, brand new music in the middle of January, more at the beginning of February, and then we're going to keep it up at a breathtaking, hair-raising speed through much of 2024. So as I say, buckle in, it's going to be quite a ride, and I love it when you decide to come along with me, because without you it would be a bit tedious. Thank you. This is a song, as I say, called Fool Again, and it goes like this. See you next time. Bye bye.
Oh, I've been a fool again. Oh, I've been a fool since God knows when. I was sure I was getting to be more mature, but I'm just the same as I was before. Agony arms, I thought I could but I can't. I thought I would but I won't. I thought I did but I don't. Agony arms, that's why I'm writing to you. Please can you tell me what I can do? All that desire can't put out the fire. I'm a walking contradiction. It's hard to know what is true. You always ignore me, so I made up a story, but now I'm just a work of fiction that everyone sees through. Oh, I've been a fool again. Oh, I've been a fool since God knows when. It's nothing more than settling an old score. But now I'm in trouble, just like before. Agony arms, I thought I could but I can't. I thought I would but I won't. I thought I did but I don't. Agony arms, I think I'm living a lie. You can see there's less of me than meets the eye.